I thought it was one of our better games of the year, just in terms of our concentration defensively from start to finish. It got a little hairy at times, but we kept our poise the entire time. Luka was spectacular the whole game. He had great poise. He had great leadership out there with his teammates. And the stat line is, is spectacular too, but he played even better than that. It was great to have KP back out there. He really wants to be back out there with his teammates. I thought he played exceptionally well given the circumstances, and he'll only get better from here. So that's real encouraging. And then we had a lot of guys. Wundu quietly does a lot of great things out there defensively. He was terrific. Green was in there in the third and fourth quarters when we had little spurts, and he was a part of it. That was great to see. And everybody was ready.
All right, Saad.
Hey, Rick. I know you talked a lot about just the emphasis on defense and organizationally and everything. I'm curious, did you, in the off season, did you have those conversations personally with Luka, or was that something that's more that he noticed in his own game that he emphasized and improved on?
He's gotten better each year, and young players in our league realize as time goes on the importance of being able to be real solid at both ends. Otherwise, teams in this league they're gonna attack you mercilessly. And early in the game tonight, did a great job on Hayward. He kept them out of from coming back at him time and time again. And he's gotten to be he's one of our best defenders at the end of the game. We have him in there at the end of the game, for last second shot type defense and situational things too. So, he's really worked at it along with every other part of his game, which is great to see.
All right, Mark Followill.
Rick, along those lines, whenever you're stressing as a team that you have to get better defensively, and your best player has nights like tonight with 4 blocks, he's had a game with 4 steals this year. When your best player is buying in like that, how much does that help the messaging for everyone in terms of that this is something we've got to do, get better defensively, and the numbers represent that in the first 10 games?
Yeah, there's no question. The numbers don't lie here. When we have the grit and we concentrate and focus defensively, we take our game to another level. The best players set the tone. When Luka and KP are invested in the importance of defense, everybody just falls in line. I mean, that's just how it is on any NBA team. And so it's great to see. It's pretty obvious, after last year, we had the ability to score, but defensively we needed to get better, and we're making strides. We're making strides. We got a lot of big tests ahead of us. Milwaukee is, they're a top team in the league. Chicago's playing really well, and it goes on from there. Every game's going to be a war.
All right, Brad.
In addition to his 14 rebounds, Cauley-Stein had a couple of chase downs. I'm thinking particularly of the one on Rozier in the third quarter. What did you think about his effort tonight, and what kind of tone does that set when your 7-foot guy is, chasing down a point guard to block a shot?
He's earned the minutes. He's earned the opportunity to start. He's proven it last year and early this year that when he's been on the floor, we've been a better team defensively. So these are things that I think are instinctive for him. He has the long stride, he has the light feet. He can chase things down, he can cover ground. I think he really also realizes that plays like that give his team energy, and so he's added a lot over the last few games as a starter, and he's playing well before that too.
All right, Tim McMahon.
Hey, Rick. late last season, you mentioned that you saw KP as kind of the new modern prototype for a center. I understand your options are limited now, but how do you feel about playing him at the 4 alongside Cauley-Stein at this point?
Well, right now, you said it. I mean, this is kind of where we are. And, you know, we've talked to KP about the fact that, you know, as he came back, and this is even before Powell and Kleber were out, that he was probably going to be playing some 4, you know. And so, look, it worked out tonight. You know, we'll work out the kinks when he's in at 4. You know, his spacing and skill just adds a different dimension at either position. Doesn't matter whether he's 4 or whether he's 5. And so, you know, we'll make the necessary adjustments, and he'll certainly be playing some 5 as we move forward.
I'm coming back to Brad.
Yeah, I'm sure. I know it's down on the list of priorities for you, but tonight was your 800th career win. You know, when you take a step back for 10 seconds here for us, what does that mean to you, that number? Because that's you know, you're getting into some rarefied territory there.
Well, I've just been extremely fortunate. I've had great ownership all along the way, from Mr. Davidson to the Simon family to Mark. Had exceptional players, you know, Detroit, guys like Ben Wallace and Chauncey Billups and, you know, Hamilton Stackhouse. Those guys were terrific. Reggie Miller, Jermaine O'Neal in Indiana. And then, you know, rode the Dirk train for a long time. And now, you know, we got 2 great young players with Luka and KP. So you got to have all those things to be around as long as I have. And I'm just extremely grateful. Don't take any of it for granted. You know, it's a privilege to be one of 30 coaching in this great league.
All right, Kristaps.
Hello, Coach. Congratulations on the win. I would like to ask you, how different is the dynamic of your team with KP and Luka on the court? And how enjoyable for you is to coach a player like Luka?
What do you say?
Can you repeat that, Kristaps?
Yeah. You hear me?
Yeah, I do, but I lost you for a second.
Okay. How different is the dynamic of the team of your team on the court with KP, Kristaps Porzingis, and Luka Doncic on the court? And how enjoyable for you is to coach a player like Luka Doncic?
Oh, listen, it's when both of those guys are out there, it's a game changer for us, because you got 2 guys that can both play on the inside and really space the floor on the outside. They can both put the ball on the floor and make plays. Look, Luka's, you know, he's got a chance to be one of the best ever. And I think this period of time, you know, last game, this game, when we're underhanded, you know, it's not just about his skill and the stats he can put up. It's about poise and leadership. And, you know, this is what we need from him. We need the gaudy stats. But right now we need a calming influence on the floor, a guy to lead his teammates, get people in the right places and stuff like that, and make plays. And, you know, the last 2 games in particular, when we've been very shorthanded, you know, he's been spectacular.
Last one, Raphael.
Hey, Coach, Raphael from the 3-point conversion. Coach, I know you just spoke about the dynamic of having Luka and KP on the floor, but KP coming back, did you get a sense of the players felt like it was back to normal in a sense, even though you're missing a couple of players, but did you get a sense that it felt kind of normal? And then also having Willie Stein and KP on the floor at the same time. Can you talk about that dynamic?
Yeah, look, you know, you get 2 franchise players. It's important to have them on the floor together and available to play. I mean, you look at every team in this league, if they're without one of their cornerstone guys, it's going to be a lot tougher job. And then what was the second thing?
If the team felt like it was back to normal, even though the circumstances.
Yeah, look, I think everybody feels a lot better now that KP is back in the mix. I don't think there's any question about that. And, right now in the world, good health is something that none of us can take for granted, whether it's having to do with with a basketball related rehab and recovery, or whether it has to do with something with COVID. And so, we all got to really remember that, keep our eye on the ball, and keep slugging through this difficult time.
Thanks, Rick.